This is the Greenworks 3000 PSI pressure washer, and I went in with some mixed expectations. I wanted gas-level cleaning, without gas headaches. But I've been burned before by electric washers that overpromise on numbers. After real use on siding, a grungy patio, a mildew-streaked fence, and 2 cars, I've got a clear take on what it does well, what tripped me up, and who should buy it. Key features that stood out to me are the true brushless motor, the PWMA certified specs, and the included foam cannon. The brushless motor matters because it's efficient and doesn't have brushes to wear out, so it should last longer and start instantly. PWMA certification is basically a third-party check that the pressure and flow ratings are real, not just max marketing fluff. The foam cannon is what sold me on the kit. It brings a proper thick soap layer to the party when I'm washing vehicles or prepping siding. Let me unpack the power, because that's where confusion usually starts. The box says 3000 PSI and 2.0 GPM. Those two numbers don't happen at the same time. PWMA certification for this Greenworks puts it at about 3000 PSI at roughly 1.1 GPM. PSI is the push that breaks dirt loose. GPM is the water volume that actually carries the grime away. High PSI helps you cut through grime on concrete and brick. Lower GPM means it takes more passes to cover a big area. From my experience, it absolutely has the bite to blast stains out of concrete and clean up old wood fencing. But it's not a fire hose. I got excellent results. Just a bit slower on a full driveway compared to a mid-size gas washer with higher flow. Greenworks leans on something they call jet flow. In plain English, the motor adjusts how it doles out power depending on the tip. With a low pressure or soap tip, it bumps flow up for faster rinsing and better reach, getting closer to that 2.0 GPM. Switch to a higher pressure tip and it prioritizes PSI for cutting power. It's smart enough that I didn't feel like I was managing a delicate machine. I just picked the right nozzle and worked. There's one behavior that surprised me. The motor runs continuously when the switch is on. It doesn't use a total stop system that shuts off the motor when you release the trigger. At first, I thought something was wrong. It isn't. It's by design and more like a gas unit. The upside is instant response when you pull the trigger. The downside is a steady hum while you move ladders, drag the hose, or change tips. It's not painful, but it's not whisper quiet either. In my opinion, that's the single trait most buyers don't expect with an electric washer. So keep it in mind. As for the physical build, it's a tall, stable cart that stores upright, with big wheels that roll fine over lawn and cracks. Weight is real. My unit is around the 47 to 50 pound range, which is sturdier than most electric models I've used. I don't mind the heft because it keeps the machine planted when I yank the hose. The handle, metal gun, and quick connect nozzles feel solid. The 25-foot Uberflex hose resists kinks better than budget hoses, and the power cord has a GFCI on it for safety. One small gripe: the garden hose inlet sits a little tucked behind a frame bar, so fingertip space is tight. Not a deal breaker, just a moment of fiddling each setup. The included nozzle set covers the basics: 15 degrees, 25 degrees, 40 degrees, soap, and turbo. The turbo nozzle is a beast for concrete edges and stubborn spots. I'm careful with it because it's a rotating 0-degree blast that can chew up soft wood or delicate surfaces in seconds. On siding and painted trim, I mostly used the 25 degrees and 40 degrees at reasonable distance and got clean results without damage. About the foam cannon, it threads straight on the gun, and with a decent soap, it lays down a rich blanket. For car washing, I use the foam cannon to pre-soak, then the 40-degree tip to rinse, staying a few feet back. I never point the 15 degrees or turbo at paint, and I go light on badges and rubber trim. It's perfect for someone who wants a one-box solution for both heavy outdoor cleaning and weekend vehicle care, as long as you respect the pressure. In my opinion, this washer can be too strong for a careless car wash. Keep your distance, use the 40-degree tip, and you'll be fine. If you want a totally worry-free experience on delicate paint, a lower PSI unit is safer, but you give up muscle on concrete. I did run into one hiccup a couple of times. The GFCI on the cord tripped and shut the unit down while I was switching to soap. Quick reset and it came back. It hasn't been constant, but I'll share what helped me. I moved it to a dedicated outlet, kept my extension cord short and heavy gauge, and kept the GFCI head dry off the ground. If you have recurring trips, that's the first place I'd troubleshoot. Also, when I change nozzles, I flip the power switch off for a second, then back on, which seems to prevent random trips. Foam and detergent options can be confusing on these Greenworks 3000 kits. Some versions have a big onboard soap tank. Some use a siphon tube. This kit comes with the foam cannon, which I actually prefer for vehicles and vertical surfaces because the foam sticks better and gives me more control. If you absolutely want a built-in tank, check the exact model number before you buy. There are multiple variants that look similar but don't ship with the same accessories. Power and durability are why someone picks this over a cheaper 2000 PSI electric. The cast aluminum axial cam pump gives it backbone, and the brushless motor is the star. Greenworks has been confident enough to back the motor for a long term on many listings, and tool coverage is solid too. But I always tell people to read the warranty details for the exact SKU they're picking. From my experience, when I treat it like a serious tool, flush the pump briefly after using soap, don't leave it pressurized and sitting in the sun, and store it dry. It rewards me with consistent performance. Here's how I use it to get results. For concrete, I start with the 25-degree tip. Keep the wand a few inches off the surface, and make patient, overlapping passes. If I hit a greasy patch or old algae stain, I switch to turbo, tap the bad spots, then go back to 25 degrees to finish. On fences and decks, I stick with 25 degrees or 40 degrees, keep distance to avoid fuzzing up the wood, and let the pressure and water do the work. On siding, I use 40 degrees and rinse downward, so I'm not pushing water behind panels. With cars, I foam first, let it dwell, and rinse with 40 degrees. If I need extra lift, I go in with a mitt rather than cranking up pressure. In my opinion, the biggest strengths are the real verified pressure, the quick change tips with that smart motor behavior, and the overall feel that I'm using a serious machine. The trade-offs are the continuous run motor noise when I'm not spraying, the occasional GFCI sensitivity, and the fact that low GPM at peak pressure means big areas take some time. That said, I'll take slower coverage if it means I can plug in, hit a button, and get gas-like power without fuel, oil, or pull cords. I'd recommend this for homeowners who want near-gas cleaning on concrete, brick, patios, fencing, and siding, and who don't mind a heavier, more pro feel. It's perfect for someone who values a brushless motor, wants PWMA verified specs, and appreciates the included foam cannon for car care and vertical surfaces. If your main goal is gentle car washes and patio furniture, a lighter electric with a total stop system might feel friendlier. If your main goal is to erase driveway stains and chew through grime, this Greenworks brings the muscle. In conclusion, the Greenworks 3000 PSI pressure washer with foam cannon earns a spot in my tool lineup. It's not the quiet, dainty plug and spray toy some people expect from electric. It's closer to a compact gas unit in how it behaves, but it's easier to live with, and it delivers the kind of bite that actually changes how your patio and driveway look after a single session. From my experience, when I match the right tip to the job and respect the pressure, the results are worth the wait and the hum. If you found this video helpful, hit subscribe and drop your questions or your own results in the comments. Thank you for watching.